Although Tesla is one of the worst performing NASDAQ stocks year to date, Cathie Wood continues to buy the stock. She says it's not time to run for the hills, as she thinks Tesla is on the verge of eventually hitting $2,000 a stock. This past week, she continued to buy. On Wednesday, she bought 66,000 shares. That was worth about $10 million. And it's just the latest acquisition of Tesla shares as she continues to be bullish on the company. And she followed that the previous day by buying 20,000 shares. And then 66,000 more shares on Monday. Now, if we look at the monthly chart, just want to point out to you this big, massive left shoulder head. And you can say now this is a right shoulder, although this was the previous right shoulder. And you can see we have a floor at this daily buy at 105. However, the most recent level of interest after price broke down below the short-term support is now this daily buyers level at 140. And if we scroll to the left, we can see how that zone was formed. You had a rally in price, two basin candles, and then a rally out. This gap higher, this gap and go, consider that just a big green long body candle. So it's a rally, base, and then rally. So let's just draw that in. Just to get a visual of what that would look like. So again, rallying price, base, and rally out on, look at that volume. Above average volume. So that's the level that I'm looking at now. Now, a couple other things to note. Again, Woods recently discussed her optimism on Tesla, arguing that the company is still positioned strongly for the all-electric future. Again, she bought $1 million worth of stock before the company's first quarter earnings. However, on the news, the stock sold off. And when it sold off, it created a weekly seller's level. You can see that better on the weekly chart. You had this drop in price, basin candle, and this was the earnings gap and go lower. Price attempted to pull back to that level, which would have been a great setup to go short, but it didn't quite get there, as the momentum to the downside was just too great. It did find support, temporary support, but that was just the pullback before the next impulse move down. Now, another thing to note, she's very big on robo-taxi. She thinks this is the future of Tesla, and she thinks that it can be and contribute roughly 10 trillion in revenue to Tesla's top line by 2030. So the question is, where does price bottom out at? Well, again, the next level of interest is going to be this 140 level, and if that eventually gets breached and closed below, I'm going to be looking at this major level at the 105, which is also near that psychological level of $100. So continue to go short until price at least breaches and closes above this short-term weekly trend line. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Please like the video.